This is a 1967 Portuguese Mini. It was previously restored and they did a really nice job. It was a standard Mini with a A-series engine. We wanted something that was fun to drive but characterful and then looked vintage and 60s as it should, from inside, outside, and in the engine bay. And then the driving experience to also kind of follow along with that. We wanted something exciting, engaging, and sort of an antidote to the modernity of most resto mod kind of cars. Our customer here is a race car instructor and an architect by profession, so very detail oriented, loves visuals, but also knows how to drive a car. So everything on the car looks like something that could have rolled out of the factory in the 60s, or something that would have been modified more accurately in the 60s. And therefore, when you look at the car, you walk up to it, when you sit inside it, and when you drive it, it feels old school, but in a really kind of modern way. The engine is kind of the heart, and this one has got a fire-breathing engine. It's our D16 Y8 engine package. So it's got our bespoke pistons, our bespoke connecting rods, fully blueprinted, vapor blasted, new zinc hardware, top to bottom, completely rebuilt. And on this particular car, we're running individual throttle bodies, but not just individual throttle bodies. They are Gen V individual throttle bodies. They're disguised to look like downdraft Weber carburetors. Kind of an aftermarket modification, even back in the day, was to add a downdraft Weber. So these look like carburetors, but in fact they've got injectors, a throttle position sensor, it's got an air intake temperature sensor, we're running a Haltech ECU, and it's got some advanced features too, like we've got coil and plug ignition, a cam sensor and a crank sensor, so we're running full sequential ignition, kind of all the features of a modern fuel-injected engine. You can see we've got our windshield bottle here. This is the original Mark I Mini, where it's just like a physical pump, you know, like a water gun. So in the car, you just pump it and it comes out from there. We've still got the original Mark I style wiper motor. All of the kind of peripheries are the same, still got the same single line master cylinder, that kind of stuff. The rad too, this is again reminiscent of the factory Mini that has the side mounted rad. So we mount it over here for packaging, and then we actually run a secondary rad on the back of the car. So there's a lot of little nods to the original Mini, but with the Honda drivetrain. When the car came to us, it had already undergone a restoration as a factory Mark I Mini by the guys at Rusty Soul Garage, and they did a great job. So we didn't actually repaint the car, but it's this beautiful blue with this kind of creamy white roof. What we did do is we went around and added a lot of little details. So we've got the Morris Cooper grille with the Morris Cooper badge on the front, just an awesome looking badge. You'll see in the grille, we've got a couple different badges that people would add back in the day to their grille to show if they're part of a car club or whatnot. We've got the single Lucas fog light, which again is just one of those old school kind of cafe racer vibes. You just need a little bit of light on that one side, so we added that. We went around and did a lot of the bright work, so it's got all new, you know, bumpers and chrome headlight surrounds and stuff like that. If we come to the side of the car, you can see the mirrors are the Swiftune mirror pedestals with the kind of ray dot mirror on the side. The roof rack is our own roof rack that is designed and built here, and I think it fits the car really well, gives it that kind of California surfer vibe. The wheels are the rose petal wheels, which are the favorite among mini racers, especially with the kind of Mark I. They are quite a positive offset, which is great for handling. And we're running the Dunlop tires, which are a great tire and also look period correct. And this car, the nickname was Azulito, which in Portuguese means little blue, which I think is so cool. We did a reverse light on the back because these Mark I Minis never had a reverse, so we used the front indicator in clear on the back with our custom pedestals. And we even did a custom leather gas cap bib with the Monza style cap. Again, all period correct stuff, but just nice little detail touches. So we wanted the car to handle the way that it looks and have that kind of that cafe racer vibe, and the suspension and brakes, we always say, are the most important thing on a Mini. So what you can't see behind here is sort of the top of the line for a Mini suspension. We've got red spot cones, we've got fully adjustable control arms front and back. The tie bars on our subframe kit are actually a sealed, lubricated monoball, so there's absolutely no play in it. The upper control arms are the factory ones that have needle bearings, so there's no play in that. It's got the disc brakes, 7.5 inch, but with upgraded EBC pads, Motul fluid, and then aluminum 7.5 inch calipers. So they look like the original Mini Cooper S, but they're made of aluminum for that lightweight. One of the coolest things about the suspension on this car is that we actually partnered with Bilstein UK and built a custom set of dampers for this car. So it's something that we're in the works with them right now, figuring out our own damper, a specific damper, and this was actually the car that got the test set. They're called the SMCO B roads, and they are pretty trick. So they are based off of the B6 dampers that they have, monotube design, but to our valving. In the back, we've got adjustable toe and camber plates, as well as the Bilstein dampers, red spot cones, high-lows, and it's got a 5/8 KD rear anti-roll bar. So that combination, along with a really careful alignment, makes for this car to be absolutely killer in the curves. So when you step inside the car, we really tried to keep that 60s vibe alive in here. So nothing kind of stands out to you as being too obviously modern, but there's so many little details to go over. First thing you notice is it smells like leather and not like vinyl in here. And that's because we used all BMW leather throughout the car. So there's 3 tones. We've got black along the top of the dash rail, as well as this kind of creamy color on all the door cards in the seat and the headliner. And then there's this really cool kind of fabric insert. It just looks like something you'd see in like a 60s suit or something. The fit and finish in here is so much better than you would get in a normal Mark I Mini. We've got a wood rim steering wheel. It's a Momo Indy. It's got a brushed aluminum finish. We wanted to go with kind of a brushed aluminum look for any of the kind of shiny surfaces. This is our bespoke shifter for the car. It's a cable shifter, which is different from the factory Honda D series, which have been kind of a rod change. We developed this cable shifter so that the shifter can work independently of the engine, so we can run softer engine mounts so that the engine is able to move, but it doesn't move the shifter along with it. They did this on original Minis for the race cars, where they would, it's called internally mount the shifter. So you have your shifter box and it's mounted on a pedestal inside the car, and then you have the shift rods come right out the front as opposed to being hung on the bottom with rubber mounts. So we did a similar thing with this. It falls right to hand. It's got this kind of ratchety Winchester feel to the shifter. Feels so nice. And then you go and you look at the pedals, and the pedals are SMCO pedals. Billet aluminum, made right here, clear anodized, and they just are the perfect pedal positioning. Everything feels very sporting. We're sitting in these seats, which start their life as a Cobra bucket seat. Again, this is a steel frame seat. This is something that you would have found in a car in the 60s, but completely reupholstered here down to the foam, everything. The center focus of the car is the dash. This has got that central dash, kind of an iconic Mini thing, but we've stretched it out a little bit. And an update we did to this dash is it's CNC'd, not just a flat plate of metal. It's CNC'd from the front and the back. That allowed us to mount the gauges so that they sit completely flush with the surface, so they kind of blend into the back of the dash face. The dash was then powder coated in a Santex, which is an OEM kind of Harley-Davidson engine finish. It's the same one that we use on our subframes. And then it went back to the CNC and the CNC did a kind of a jeweled relief cut on the front edge. So that's why you have this depth and you have this shiny surface on it. The gauges themselves are bespoke gauges, and they are designed to look like the McLaren F1 LM gauges, which is kind of the pinnacle of British sports cars, I would say. So a little nod to the McLaren F1 is never a bad thing. We've got all of our switches. Our switches are the standard Lucas toggle switch, but because we don't have the switches labeled and we didn't want to clutter it, we did a cool little Easter egg feature. So in our SMCO tinted visors, if I flip this down, we actually did a lasered legend into the top. So if you ever forget what the switches do, you can flip this down and you go, oh, okay, air conditioning is on the left. Speaking of which, this car's got AC, but again, just like the engine bay, once you hop into the interior, you have no idea that it's got AC. There's no bulky AC hanging down below. We've just got the factory Mark I style heater, which we modified slightly. So now it's on a rheostat, so you can adjust the fan speed rather than just on and off. And that's the one on the right here. When you're sitting in the car, you don't see anything that would tell you that it's got AC. There's just this one little knob here. You turn that on, that's your air conditioning. Same thing goes for a stereo system. This car has got a 5-speaker stereo. It's got a Bluetooth amplifier and a subwoofer hidden inside the car, so you'd have no idea that it's got a sound system. So in the boot of the car, we've got a lot going on in here, but we tried to keep it as clean looking as possible. So even when you do open the boot, it's still not extremely obvious what's going on. So first of all, we've replaced the standard fuel tank with a fuel-injected fuel tank. This is the one that would have been in an MPI Mini. This allows us to run our Honda fuel pump and the sender and everything all internal, just like it would have been in a fuel-injected Mini. And you get 35 liters of gas. So with your Honda D series engine, it's got proper range for a good road trip. We made a custom boot board that follows the curves in here, and it is upholstered in the same fabric as the seats. And then tucked up on the top here is our air conditioning. So the air conditioning, when you're standing and you look down, you actually can't see it. You have to kind of crouch down like this, and you can see this is the AC, and it actually blows up, and we've got a special parcel shelf on the back that's got a hole cut out of it, and what happens is it hits the back window and then it blows forward into the car. So you got kind of, it almost feels like you've got the windows open in the back. It's like the air is blowing from the back of you, and it keeps it really, really subtle. So again, you don't see the AC even when you open the boot. Underneath this boot board, we've got our amplifier, our subwoofer, spare tire, battery, and battery cutoff, as well as the AC dryer. The lines run through bulkhead fittings that go onto the bottom of the car. On the bottom of the car, we've got our secondary rad as well as the condenser for the radiator system, or the AC system. So there's a lot going on. It was a lot of packaging to make it look really tidy, but I think we succeeded, and you still have a little bit of space to throw a bag. So pretty cool stuff. So I hope you enjoyed taking a walk around on build number 46. We're really proud of this car. It was so much fun to be able to build something like this. This is kind of our vibe. This is something that we really like, this kind of style, this 60s vibe, and to be able to build something this cool. And the owner and us have become friends now, and it's so much fun being able to live vicariously through them and see how excited they are about seeing the car come together. And we were able to go to the Quail show with this car and debut it there. It was just such a special experience. So I want to just thank everyone for liking, subscribing, even if you aren't having a car built. We really appreciate it. And if you are interested in having a car built, feel free, reach out. I'm always happy to talk minis. And yeah, see you on the next one.